The crowd get on their feet until the opposing team scores a field goal.
Thank you.
And Macca, their courtside announcer, has whipped the crowd into a frenzy. And when Wollongong was in championship mode, this crowd would do this for entire quarters. We haven't seen that for a while. Foul down on the baseline by Chris
Steve,
Coleman.
during that three-quarter time break, the official response from the refs was it was a deliberate out of bounds, and therefore they called a technical foul. Now, I always thought you needed to get a warning, so maybe I don't know the rule.
Well, I heard the explanation to Joey. We gave you a warning. So,
Well, that was not the explanation the referee gave at the halftime break.
I think they're making it up as they go. Foreman with a tough shot. Comes up short. That'll go to Wollongong. Right now, Gold Coast got to play because that was clearly off the Gold Coast. And now worry about how the game's being officiated. You can see Joey trying to calm his team down out on the floor and not get emotional. They still have a 2-point lead. Upaka.
Off the ball foul.
4, 3.
On Chris Goulding, who was against trying to defend Glenn Saville as he came off a down kick. Already we see a sub on the floor. Adam Gibson coming back into the game. I think Joey Wright understands that it's a crucial stage of the game right now. He wants to get his veteran point guard back in there.
Yeah. They cannot get emotional. They just got to go about business as usual. Foreman on the mismatch with Khadi. Throws it right into the hands of Gibson. De Leon will lay it up and in. That's the stop that they needed to settle the Blaze. And the crowd sits down after that field goal. Lead is 4 as you check out the foul trouble. Stephen Hoare, the only one in serious foul trouble with 4. Savile's got 3 for Wollongong.
Off the ball foul again.
In danger of getting in the bonus really quickly.
Oh, no, I thought they were going to call another one off the ball on Adam Gibson. They
that one's on
called that one on Jason Khadi.
Upaka. Good hesitation move, kicks it to Saville. He's got the trigger ready. Knocks down the 3, and it's Wollongong. Back right up there, down by 1.
Great pass by Inde Upaka. See the weak side opening up and straight back. Adrice De Leon with the quick answer.
Just like that. Team playing with a tremendous amount of confidence. Also in one another. Saville. One-on-one with Worthington. He finds Upaka. He steps out of bounds. Can't argue that call. As we did see a missed call on the baseline in the Gold Coast last week.
When he was inbound.
He was inbound by a half a foot.
And as a coach, they're the ones that really test your tolerance levels.
Yeah, because there's no judgment on them.
No.
Gibson. This is a 16-footer. Reese Smart motors it up quickly to Upaka. Little bounce in Wollongong step. Saville to Oscar Foreman. Sweet pass by Saville. Wollongong have had all the answers staying in the game against the Blaze. De Leon with the hesitation. Finds Khadi. De Leon with another good look. Hawks got numbers. Upaka with a pull-up. Yeah, he was feeling that one.
He's been feeling it all night, Steve. 8 of 12, 22 points. And the Wollongong Hawks, Steve Carfino, have hit the front by a point.
I love it when the good players can sense that they're in the flow and their team needs a lift. As the crowd lifts for the Wollongong Hawks, This does not look like a crowd that supports a team in last place. The Blaze with their answer. Good ball work, shot blocked. Will Hudson snaps it over to Golding. Extra pass to Gibson. Hudson on the baseline. Tough shot off the window and gets a score. Blaze on top by 1.
Good quality game now, Steve. This second half has been some outstanding action.
Saville. Reese Martin spots up for 3. That's good. Reese Martin was locked and loaded, ready to drill that 3, and he does. Hawks up by 2.
It's been the work from the three-point line that's been the standout for the Wollongong Hawks tonight. 10 of 22 from the three-point line, and every single time the Gold Coast Blaze seemingly having the answers.
All tied up at 76. This game just went way up in quality. Saville goes baseline, no call. Foreman to Ubaka. Shot clock winding down. He blows by. Petrie gets the score and he fouled. Knew exactly how much time was on the clock. Ayinde Ubaka has come to play.
And that's what happens when your guy who's been knocking him down from the three-point line, Anthony Petrie, had to come out and respect the 3-ball. And Ayinde Ubaka with just the slightest of little shimmies gets him off balance and is able to blow by and get the score. There's some weak side help.
Yeah.
Get in the lane.
Got all the way to the rim.
When you know you've got a mismatch with Ayinde Ubaka and Anthony Petrie. Anthony Petrie, a very good defender, but trying to guard a quick ball handler out in the perimeter, that's not going to be his strength.
And you know you can really lunge at the split line and get help, because you should know how much time is on the shot clock as a defender too. Knowing that he can't drive and then find your man in the corner, there's not enough time for that.
Steve, I'm really impressed with the way the Wollongong Hawks have stuck with this game. They had every reason early on to turn it up and put the cue on the rack and say, well, let's just have a honourable loss here, but they've played it out with great intensity and spirit and got themselves into a winnable position, leading it by 2 with 5 minutes and 47 seconds remaining.
Back with the miss. Only a good foul shooter. Normally Mr. Fourth Quarter in any club that he's been at. Petrie. His little fall away comes up short. Will Hudson on the offensive glass. Throws it over the rim, but Mark Worthington gobbles it up. And once again, we're all tied up. Now it's 78.
That's the Achilles heel. And dare I say it, the chink in the armour for the Wollongong Hawks this season. Rebounding. Offensive push off by Reese Martin with the left hand, with the left arm. Pretty easy one, that one.
Yeah, really.
Didn't really need to.
No, he was already by him. Got some substitution out on the floor. Larry Davison checks back in for Oscar Foreman. Tyson Demos gets the nod in for Reese Martin. De Leon will bring it up. Still got Tim Conrad over on the bench as well for the Hawks. De Leon looking for a pass. He was. Shoot it. I think he thought someone was in the corner. Demos turns it down, gets it into Larry Davidson on the mismatch. K-Tron has the ball knocked away.
Had to play Larry Davidson, huge size advantage. Should have just went ahead himself and tried for the much more difficult pass. That was one where a big man, 6'10", up against a 6'2" Adam Gibson, just should have made the play himself. The shot was a lot easier than the pass, trying to get it to this man here.
K-Tron has his shot blocked. Passing lane taken away by De Leon.
Just to tangle up at the feet. Anthony Petrie and Tyson Demos.
Oh, that was ugly. But we got ourselves a good quality game. That's all you can ask for. 4:11 to go in the fourth. It's the Blaze with a 2-point lead, 80-78.
जान पहचान हो जीना आसान हो जान पहचान हो
Set the screen here and come on. Go to sorry. I want you to go the other way. All right? I want you to go to the single side. To the single side. Okay? I want you to go to your right. Bring my 4 and 2 over here. Bring my 3 here. Okay? Hey, let me see it. Bring down on this side. Go middle. Hey, come on. He gotta stay wide. Hey, come you cut this side and come set it on the single side. Go. Chung's being lazy. Hey, 1, 2, 3.
Joey Wright in with a close one here as assistant coach Ronnie the Rat. Ronnie Ratliff. Top scorers for both teams on 24. Mark Worthington, that man in your picture. And of course, Ayinde Ubaka, who's been awesome here in the late stages for Wollongong. And he just gets a different mindset in the fourth quarter. Some huge shots for Cairns last year to get them to the finals. Pulls down the rebound. Demos waiting for an option. Gets it to Matt Campbell. Catron. Too much handle. De Leon goes right at Campbell. Campbell just looked like he got his hand on the ball.
He did. De Leon off balance, made it look a little bit more awkward than it really was. Matty Campbell did a good job to find a way to get the ball. Have a look at that, all ball. And a lucky one for Idriss De Leon. Putting the onus on the defense, going 100 mile an hour, attacking the rim. Very, very tough defensive situation, and Matty Campbell really did the best he possibly could have in those circumstances.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of shots that have been blocked tonight, so it's not like the officials are real quick to call anything. So they just missed one there.
De Leon, after a slow start, he's up to 10 points, 4 of 9 from the field. He's got the 5 rebounds and 4 assists and 0 turnovers and 3 steals. So after a slow start, he's putting together some sort of game here in this second half.
You know,
really, it's stats filler in a lot of categories.
His nickname's too hard to guard because he's one of those guys that can, even if he's having a horrible game, his mindset isn't like, oh, I better slow down. Ubaka in rhythm. Shot a quick one there and doesn't get the result he wanted.
A little bit of a blood rush that time by Ayinde Ubaka. He's hot. He shouldn't need to force it. His team should know he's hot, run some plays, free him up, get a better look than that for him.
De Leon is trying to explore, gets it to Will Hudson, ball knocked away from him.
What a shocking play. 4-point game. Games on the line. We've seen a couple of 2 very ordinary plays. Decision making.
Catron checks the shot clock. Goes at Petrie. Larry Davison trying to pull it down with one hand.
Real dry patch for the Wollongong Hawks on the offensive end. The Gold Coast Blaze have reeled off the last 6.
De Leon comes up short. Saville with the board. Martin trying to get all the way to the rim, and he does. Reece Martin exploring on the break. Gets Wollongong 2 points away once again.
Need to get Mark Worthington a touch. Get him down to the crisis stage of the game. You've got to go to your go-to man. He's got 24 points on the night. Last few possessions. Hasn't been involved at all. Wow.
is Anthony Petrie. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. You're down by 2. They give up a sitter. Crucial part of the game. Wollongong's defense breaks down.
Looked like there was a bit of lack of understanding of what they were in. Some in a zone, some in a man, I guess. And just a massive breakdown at this stage of the game.
Gordy McLeod will listen in.
You got to get behind, you got to play. In the half court, we want to go fish. Duke, you're high. Okay? Left, get the guy in the corner. Defensively, right? Duke, when you come off this, you got to get back here and find someone. Okay? So Larry, that big comes up here. We're switching the big. The other big's got to be on the rim. This guy deals with 2. Then the other big, you got to go back and find someone. Okay? We're up the floor. Can't let him walk it down.
See Gordy McLeod focusing on his offensive sets, and he needs points, trailing by 4 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. And good start to what should be a critical 2-game series for the Gold Coast Blaze. Game 1 today, game 2 on Sunday. That one as well going to be on 1.
Ibaka. Sorry, Drew. Oscar Foreman back to Saville. Shot clock, single figures. Ibaka's got to come up with something again. Gets to the rim. His shot is blocked by Hudson. 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Only got time for a catch and shoot or catch and one dribble shoot.
Foreman gets Hudson up in the air. Again, Wollongong score late in the shot clock. Again, a 2-point game as we cross over the 135 mark. Hudson, contact. Ooh, Mark Worthington wanted to help that one in.
He heard the whistle and did the right thing, not touching it. So if it did happen to trickle in, he would have got the points, Will Hudson. But again, Steve, that zone wide open in the middle. Good pass in there to Hudson.
They might want to play some man with the next minute and 30, as many holes as that zone defense has in it.
I know they're concerned about the penetration, so sit in a zone. But when you're in a 1-2-2 zone, that middle is open. And sometimes, most of the times, I should say, a 2-3, at least you're going to protect you a little bit vulnerable on the perimeter and at the top of the key. But you do have better coverage on the inside. But so far, Gordy McLeod sticking with the 1-2-2.
And you're talking about a zone that's vulnerable in the middle, and you got Petrie, Worthington, and Will Hudson all in the game at the same time. Will Hudson takes a break now. Golding comes in. Martin is bumped by Worthington and throws it away. De Leon will slow it down. 4-point lead, and the Gold Coast Blaze will take their time. Wollongong have been gallant in their effort in staying close, but the Blaze have had the answers when they count. Petrie throws it to Mark Worthington.
My goodness. Great execution by the Gold Coast Blaze. Heads up play by Petrie to find the wide open Worthington. But Steve, what are the Wollongong Hawks doing on the defensive end? Please explain.
I got nothing. Pauline Hansen got no answer as well. She's got the question, as Andrew Gaze does. Wollongong's D breaks down for another layup as the Gold Coast Blaze take a commanding 6-point lead with less than a minute to go. Now the Hawks have got to worry about the clock as well as their opponent.
Almost at a stage. Let's listen to Joey Wright.
You start on control. You start on Foreman. You got Savage. You got Savage.
Well, the Blaze have been tested here tonight. They've shot the basketball at 53% from the field, 82 from the foul line.
Steve, both teams have shot the ball real well. Almost 50% for the Wollongong Hawks, 43% from the three-point line for the Hawks, and 41% for the Blaze. So a very good shooting performance by both these teams tonight.
Yeah, the Blaze with only 9 turnovers. They've rebounded evenly, 26 and 25. It's been a good game.
Wollongong Hawks have been good at taking care of the ball. They got 15 tonight, which
against the pressure of the Blaze.
It's tolerable. It's not great, but it's tolerable.
Ubaka on a pass to Saville, and he gets a high percentage finish. De Leon brings it up. A lot of contact. De Leon coming very close to the half-court line.
Wasn't he? Just tiptoeing along.
Martin got away with a lot of contact. Now Gibson. Gibson on another nice bounce pass to Hudson. Petrie with the tip, no good. But he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Another easy shot again that was missed by the Gold Coast Blaze. And Will Hudson's going to go to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. Now, he makes these 2. Wollongong Hawks are forced to start to look at the 3 ball.
Hudson, a good foul shooter. You can never tell whether Joey Wright's team's up or down by his reaction.
58%. I wouldn't call him in the good foul shooting category, Steve.
Well, he's good right there. He knocks them both down.
And that's the most important time to measure it when
right now.
in the crisis.
I'd rather have an average to below average free throw shooter that just knocked 2 down or a good one that just missed. Oh, man. The Gold Coast, they're smiling because they have been tested by Wollongong. As we were talking about, the statistics have shown that Wollongong has played very well tonight.
And they've shot the ball well from the three-point line, and right now Gordy McLeod would be drawing up a three-point scoring opportunity, because a 2 still becomes a 2-possession game. A 3 gives yourself a chance. Either way, they're probably going to be forced to having a foul when they go down.
Matty's open. Give it to him. If it's not, you get to the hole and score. Hey, so nothing wrong. Be behind, guys. Okay? Got it? Go. 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, Andrew, because the crowd, you never know that Wollongong is down. They come here, they're having a great time. Got the wiggle dance going and the shuffle or whatever it's called, and the crowd is dancing all around. You got old people, young people, everybody's up there dancing. Their team's down. Catron goes baseline. Adam Gibson throws that out of bounds.
Play was to get it to Catron, and Matty Campbell was flaring. Catron just looked him off. He needed to go kick it back out to Matty Campbell for the 3.
Catron finds a hole in the defense, gets the score. Back to a 4-point game.
Oh, professional play by Adam Gibson. Bit of confusion on who was going to take the ball out, so he's gone the ball swing. Heads up play by Adam Gibson.
Well, now they're organized as they get it to Idris De Leon. He's fouled by Matt Campbell because they don't have time on their side.
Big round of applause, Captain NRE Campbell gives up.
As long as the Gold Coast Blaze don't turn it off and turn it over and can make free throws, they win this game. They've had to work for this one.
Well, that'll keep you sharp, and don't want to have any premature talks about them in the playoffs because they're in 5th place right now.
Oh, they've still got a lot of work to do. And right now, the Townsville Crocs and the Cairns Taipans would just be tucking themselves in the bed, perhaps with a little bit of disappointment, thinking the Wollongong Hawks might have done them a favour.
And as we had a look at their schedule on their run home, and this is one that they want to get with those real tough ones at the end of the year for them. Foreman back to Martin, gives it to Saville. They don't have the luxury of throwing it around, but they do. Worthington gets it to Petrie, and that'll be it as they have to foul Adrice De Leon again.
A gallant effort by the Wollongong Hawks. Full credit to them to not give up on this one. And there you see the foul, pretty blatant one at that. De Leon going to the line, help try and pad his numbers out just a little. And at the end of it, he's going to look, if he knocks these two down, he's going to have 15 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the game. And you think, pretty good effort.
Yeah, he's really concentrating too.
But considering he had 0 at halftime, this has been a very, very good performance in the second half when they much needed it.
That's normally a good game for someone. A good half for Adrice De Leon, and they needed everything that he had to offer to get the Wollongong Hawks off their back. They get the win, 94-86.